These are the VRS Dark Force Pro pedals. So it's a high-end product, stainless steel construction with an industrial aesthetic. Very, very adjustable. All three pedals, the pedal faces in terms of height, depth, angle are fully adjustable, and overall pedal angle is also adjustable. Now, if we look at the throttle pedal first, we have quite a unique design here. So we have a rodless spring, which doesn't quite look right to the eye, but functionally performs extremely well. Absolutely no friction whatsoever, so really nice smooth response. And we have a lot of adjustability here in terms of initial starting force, preload, and also overall force and pedal travel. So if we move on to the brake, we have similar levels of adjustability, a very high-end, heavy-duty construction. We have the blue spring on here at the moment, which tolerates a 65 kilogram maximum force. Also supplied is the optional red spring, which doubles that to 130 kilograms. These are linear springs, which is not normally how a real-life brake pedal feels. So we have this very clever mechanism on the back here, which basically turns that into a progressive, more realistic feeling, which gives you quite a decent bit of travel for low-level trail braking, and then more of a ramp up when you're really braking much harder. And we have this tie rod at the top, which is fully adjustable, along with preload, so you can really fine-tune that exact force shape to your preference. On the clutch, we have a similar level of adjustability in terms of pedal face and also the shape of the curve. So we try to emulate a clutch plate, which is stiff initially and then flattens out as the clutch gives way. So that's emulated here with a small amount of adjustability, including overall travel as well. So we're very happy with this product, and we hope you are too.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series in officially licensed cars engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iracing.com.
If you're looking to get serious in sim racing, one of the first things to do is upgrade your wheelbase and pedals. The powerful force feedback in our direct drive wheelbase makes a huge difference, and our highly adjustable precision pedals will give you the consistency you need to improve. So you'll not only get the best value for your money, but you'll also benefit from our quick, local shipping from Australia and save even more. Our transparent pricing has GST included, so there's no nasty surprises at checkout or further customs delays and charges. And if you're near Melbourne, you can simply pick up your hardware from our showroom and get a free product walkthrough from one of our VRS coaches. We offer excellent customer service after the sale, and our hardware is made of the highest quality components. To get yours today, just go to the URL on the screen or click on the button below. But hurry, stock is always limited due to high demand. So if you want to get faster, sooner, VRS is your answer.
Side gunning for a gold, 3 wide deep, heart ice cold. I roll smoke like a tire on fire, fuel in the blood, born to go higher. Check left, push right, walls close in. Every move tight, plan for the win. Left turn king with the heat train time. When the lights go green, we light the sky. it up. Let's light it up. Let's light it up. Let's light it up. I came in hot, never back down. I'm taking my shot. Crowd on fire, screaming loud, taking us higher. This is the moment, this is the flame. Rivals fall when I stake my name. 1, 2, pass, I'm rising above. This is my time. Let's light it up. Let's light it up. Let's light it up.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Infinity Broadcasting, and welcome into the IRWC presents the Rod Knock Cup for Season 2, Round 5 this evening, as we head out to the Tricky Triangle for Pocono Raceway. 50 laps will be our race distance here this evening, with a stage end at 23. Hamish Munro joining you here once again after the chaos that was last week out at Chicagoland, not just for myself being in the booth and calling the action, but with Jesse the Body Ventura joining me alongside. It was quite a chaotic affair. If you missed that one, be sure to go check it out after tonight's race. It was round 4 of Season 2. We come into tonight with a very interesting look at the standings. Jake Edwards leads the way at 132 points. Dylan Shepherd in P2 with Angus Lawford in P3. Chapman and Trott and the only other drivers to get over 100 points to this stage of the championship. David Lawler, Logan Howard, Matt Philly, Jack Michelson and Ash DeVries find themselves within the top 10 of the championship. We're now past the halfway point of the regular season, so one drop round has been included amongst these points here this evening. Over the next 4 rounds, we will decide the top 10, and by the end of round 8 out at Nashville, we will find out who will be playing off for the championship in the final 3 races of the season. Drivers who are just on the bubble, of course, Ricky Hyde, Harry Dodds, Alex Mateus, as well as Johnny Rowe, James Boardman, Bailey Brown and Jack Anderson as well are on the bubble too. Still capable for Jordan Ferguson, Ross R. McLaughlin, capable, better Scratch to make it. Drivers at the rear end of the field are going to have some work to do over the next few weeks if they hope to find their way into the playoffs coming in a couple of weeks' time. Having a quick look at the calendar, of course, we come to Pocono tonight for round 5. After tonight, we'll have 3 rounds prior to the playoffs beginning. Sonoma next week for our next road course race. Bristol Dirt on Halloween evening on the 31st of October, and then Nashville on the first Friday of November will find us racing for 84 laps. The playoffs will begin on the 14th of November out at Texas Motor Speedway. Then we'll head out to Mexico City for our final road course of the season, ending it all then at Talladega for 69 nice laps at Dega on the 28th of November. So roughly we've got about a month and a bit until the end of the season. Pocono tonight is going to be a bit of an X factor, the Tricky Triangle. You can kind of see it in the overhead shots, just the very awkward layout of this track. 3 massive long straights separated by a tri-oval of corners throughout this circuit. It is going to be a big test for drivers. Good opportunity for there to be pace cars here this evening as well. We've got a decent sized field of 8 cars for Pocono tonight. Should remain, fairly close, I would say, and could be quite chaotic as well. Drivers are out there at the moment getting themselves prepared for what's to come across the warm-up and then into qualifying as well. Confirmed in the session, Harry Dodds and Logan Howard. Both of them are not required to take part in qualifying as they both have rear of grid penalties to serve. Dylan Shepherd's still not shown up to serve his rear of grid penalty from a few weeks ago. Defending champion Kurt Chapman is getting some burnouts happening already here on the track. Alex Mateus trying to get himself prepared as he runs down the back straight. Be quite intriguing and interesting for Alex if he can make his first playoffs in his very first season, in his very first outing in ovals. He's a rookie to this field, and if he can make the top 10, it'll be a hell of a feat for him after what's been a somewhat consistent last few weeks. He's trying to learn and get better and better, and tonight he will be hoping to continue to improve and try and get some solid points on the board to find himself inside of the top 10 of the championship by the end of this one as well. With no John Trott, with no Jake Edwards, with no Dylan Shepherd in the field tonight, it's an opportunity for drivers to gain points on there, namely Angus Lawford, Logan Howard, Kurt Chapman, David Lawler. Matt Philly can gain some points too, obviously second of reasons. So can Dodsey as well. So all 8 drivers are going to be able to make up some points. Jackal's in the chat. Not if I have anything to do with it. Well, you've got 3 rounds, Jackals, to make the playoffs, to be fair. It's quite possible that you can make it. If we have a quick look, actually, just back at the standings, 53 points you're on. You'll miss tonight. You'll be back next week for Sonoma and then the 2 rounds afterwards. So you could reasonably make the playoffs still. You're within a shout. It's just it matters whether everything goes your way and you're able to get as many points as possible across the board across the next portion of this season. So we'll see how you go, Jackals, when you come back from the UK. Hope you're enjoying your holiday as well. Mateus is heading out there to get his first qualifying lap in. See where he can qualify. Chapman's also out there as well. Dodsey has just exited pit lane in the 981 car as well. So we'll see how he does across the piece. Mados is going down. We'll see. DeVries in the chat, I'm just happy to be participating. Well, Ashos, we like having you out there. Hopefully you can have a good finish here tonight. And we keep seeing you here every single week. It's a highlight to see you in the field every single week as well. Big shout out as well to everyone out there who's in the chat already. Jackal's with us. Rhiannon's out there too. Livingston is in the chat as well. Good old TAFE lad Matt joining us here tonight. Matt Livo is out there with us. So great to have you out there with us, Livingston. Hopefully life is treating you well. And hopefully you'll tune in for the next few weeks as we try and find our top 10 in the championship to lead us into the playoff season for the final 3 rounds as well. We'll see if Ashos can make it, really. He's within the top 10 at the moment. With only 8 cars in the field, you'd think he'd be a shoo-in to make the top 10. So hopefully he can by season's end. Harry Dodds, though, trying to set his first lap time in qualifying. We'll see as the times start to come in and they start to cross the finish line. As he comes down the back straight, you can see just how long and flat this is. We're likely going to see a lot of drafting action tonight. Tyre wear may not be too much of an issue, but braking is going to be key to make these corners. They're tightening turns. They're not long corners. There's not a hell of a lot of banking on them either. So it's going to be all about staying within the draft and taking your opportunity to get overtakes made nice and early in the race, I feel. Of course, it will be rolling start as usual here tonight. So we'll see how these drivers do. Logan Howard has started qualifying. Harry Dodds is on track. He's not meant to be taking part in qualifying. I think he may have forgotten that, as he has just set a time in qualifying. It puts him 53.68. So Logan Howard's done the right thing. He's not doing his time. Doddsy is doing his lap, though, so we may just need to cheekily drag him in as he drives down the back straight and just have a quick chat to him. Mr. Dodds, we've stolen you away for qualifying. Do you recall getting instructions about an hour ago?
Oh, whoops. That's my bad. Sorry about that.
Well, that's fine. You've set a time now. I'm going to have to give you an EOL, so that's okay.
That's perfectly fine. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I thought we'd just quickly remind you that. Yeah, Jack was saying I'll give you an EOL, so that'll be fine. How have you been finding your practice, though, of this track? Because it's a very awkward track, isn't it? Just braking zones, weird corners, all with different bankings and angles on them. How have you found getting used to it? Because you're pretty fresh to oval racing, and this is a track that I'm not too familiar with in terms of calling races here. Have you been able to get comfortable fairly quickly or no?
Oh, well, you're dead right. It's especially... it's probably one of the trickiest ovals I've driven around, like, because I'm used to a lot of super speedway stuff when I've driven in officials. So, yeah, no, it's extremely tricky to get your brain around. Like I thought, because even the homestead, I found was a bit hard, considering it's one of the very few ovals that I'm not used to driving around. So, but yeah, no, it's like you said, it's extremely tricky. Like to find the right braking points to get the nose pointed towards the corner, it's tricky.
Well, it is, and I think it could be quite chaotic tonight. To be fair, I think.
Yeah, I think a lot of drivers are going to be pretty nuts.
Yeah, I think a lot of drivers are going to get caught out by it throughout the race. So we'll see how it goes. Though I think everyone's set a qualifying time now, apart from Logan Howard, who did do the right thing and not qualify. So thank you, Logan. If only Doddsy listened and had. You're taking too many head knocks, Doddsy. That's the problem.
Yeah,
you've been high tackled too many times. It's draining out of you like a broken bottle. I mean,
mate, I'm just too quick to be tackled, mate.
Too quick to be tackled. You'd give a 50 in an instant. All right, well, we'll let you go, Doddsy. I sent you an EOL. I don't know if it's going to give it to you at the race start. If it doesn't, then if I don't see you moving on the rolling start, then I'll give you another one. Or just pull over and go to the end of the line. That's up to you. You'll save me giving you a penalty.
I'll probably do that. I'll probably do that then. Thank you, mate.
Okay, don't forget.
Lucky.
Well, we've sent him back. Surely Livingston to join the Rodnock Cup in 2026. I think that needs to happen. Livingston, shout out to Hamish, the Bruce Buffer of iRacing. Well, thank you, Matt. And shout out to Ash, the first TISM to complete in real people racing. Well, we'll see how he does across this race, though. Stage 1 is about to begin here. As we set the stage will end at lap 22. So not lap 23. It's going to do a lap earlier than what I said. Lap 22, it will end for the first stage, just before the halfway marker, of course. We'll see what pit strategies drivers will be employing here tonight as well across the piece. As we see the starting grid on the tower, Angus Lawford will start pole. Header Kurt Chapman, Harry Dodds will move to the end of the line. Matt Feely, David Lawler, Ash DeVries, Alex Mateus, and Logan Howard starting at the back of the field. Needs a will in the formation lap. What do you mean it needs an EOL in the formation lap? Is that what you mean, Jack Oz? If he needs an EOL in the formation lap, I'll give it to him. Yeah, let's see. Is it going to give it to him if I do this? We're trying to figure it out on the fly here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for joining us once again. So, let's see if this does it. That should give it to him. Formation lap's now begun. So Harry Dodds will move over and he'll let everyone past him say he's doing the right thing and just going to go to the back of the field. That's cool. Thanks, Doddsy. Alrighty. So we're going to get ourselves prepped and prepared. Angus Lawford. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. He's done it himself. Thank you, Doddsy. So Lawford will lead us away off the race start. Chapman and Lawler the top 3. Feely, Mateus the top 5. DeVries, and then the 2 EOL drivers of Harry Dodds and Logan Howard at the back end of the field tonight. 22 laps for the first stage. 50 laps will get us to the checkered flag here at Pocono this evening. And as we continue to rock and roll along here, formation we will take. We'll be keeping an eye on anyone getting out of line on the restarts and making sure that they stay in their lane across the race. Oh, I just realized my voice chat's turned on, so we're going to do a very, very quick little naughty here. Turn that off. Very good. Alrighty. As we come down towards the final corner, Lawford and Chapman, it's hilarious actually. I've just noticed this. There is one Camaro in the field. It is Ash DeVries. Everyone else is on board of a Mustang, so it's the Ford Mustang Cup tonight here at Pocono. And we will see who will get the benefits of this race start. Pace car in. Drivers need to be able to stay in their lane. There's a small amount of movement allowed, but they can't try and go for moves. Well, that there is... Oh, Harry Dodds has just pulled over to let everyone back past him again, so that's interesting how that's worked out, but he's moved to the back of the field. That's fine. Across the start-finish line, though, and the race has begun as we run down towards turn 1, and Lawford leads us through. Yeah, he didn't go to the end of the line, but he moved over and let them all past him, so that's fine. That's okay. He moved to the very back. As we come down the back straight towards turn 2, Angus Lawford leads to Kurt Chapman, Matt Feely in P3, David Lawler P4, DeVries and Howard the top 6, and it's Mateus and Dodds at the back of the field. It's already heating up here in the mid-pack as Feely, it's a little bit of a dooring there from Lawler into the wall. DeVries wants to make it 3 wide as they come round towards turn 3. He can't quite put the car in the slot as they run it down towards turn number 1. So Lawler P3 at the moment, Feely alongside him as they run it round towards turn 1. Dodds and Howard side by side. Mateus wants to make it 3 wide through one. Oh, he's rubbing on the door of Howard here, riding him up high. Oh, he gave him a bit of a knockdown and put him in the wall. Well, that there was a very awkward situation. Very, very awkward situation to do that. That was not good at all, and Dodds has just been turned. Dodds has just been turned. We need to watch this back, so let's go back from the green flag. So race gets all started. That's fine. That's dandy. The yellow flag's been thrown, by the way. So we need to watch this back because Mateus comes past him. Actually, it's early. It's later on, actually. It's later on. Let's watch this. Okay, so they come through. Mateus gets a little bit of a door to Howard. That's fine. So they come around. Howard then just drops down and turns straight into him. But we've got to watch Howard here because he comes up on Dodds. So how's this occur between them? Running it round towards turn 2. So Dodds trying to go for a low line. Runs it up wide. Oh, he bounced straight off the wall. Okay, so that answers that question. So Howard actually took evasive action there. That was great acumen there from Logan Howard. Just from the angle we saw earlier, it looked like he might have turned him, but Doddsy just lost it on his own. Yeah, that's a learn to drive moment there for Doddsy. That is a learn to drive moment there for Dodds. So pace car has now picked up the field. And we will be under our first caution of the evening. So Dodds and Mateus have now been into pit lane. They've already used their fast repair. So it was a fast few laps to start us out. But everything looked good. So as we come down the back straight, we should be under pace car here for the next few laps or so, I would say. And then we should be right as rain to get green flag running once again. Dodds and Mateus is coming around turn 3 now, so they'll hook up back onto the rear of the field and we'll continue on racing once again. So it's been a lively first lap or two. A couple of incidents have been caused. Things happen, I suppose, when we go racing at the tricky triangle. As the race leaders, or at the end of the train, will get called around and we'll be going racing once again. As we prepare ourselves to go down the back straight. It should be a double file restart this time by for these drivers as well. We'll have a look here, see how this all works out. Let me see in the chat. I want a girl with the same passion as the flag swinging dude. Jesus. That's Barney. Barney has got a lot of passion for his job. He travels all around the world. For every single session, he somehow transfigures himself to different parts of the world at the same time sometimes as well. It's quite interesting. There's got to be some sort of magic around it and how he gets to 2 places or multiple places at once and is able to fly the flag at the same time. It's brilliant. Now, unless he's cloned himself possibly and there is a Barney at every single track, I'm not 100% sure, but time will tell in maybe figuring out that mystery. So everyone will get lined up in their restart procedure. It'll be one more lap under the pace car before we get going green flag once again. Lawford and Chapman will be at the front of the field. Lawler and Feely will line up in behind them, and DeVries and Howard, and then Mateus and Dodds on the back row of the field. This, again, is the tricky triangle for a reason. Pocono is known for these sorts of incidents. It is a tough one to deal with. Livingston, man, watch him when he waves, I get excited. Well, you are the biggest fan, apparently, Livingston, of this man right here, Barney, with his yellow flag. And he'll be getting ready to wave the green on the next lap or two as drivers come down through turn 1. and up towards the back straight. So, restart procedure about to get underway. We're about to go racing once again. And in the chat, multiple Barneys. He was made in the lab just for flag waving. You know what? I wouldn't put it past the world of cloning for that to happen. That sounds very, very realistic to me. Quite possibly, I wonder who the original Barney was. I wonder what the original Petri dish of Barney was that created the OG Barney, and which track they are placed at. That's maybe a good trivia question for future. You'll learn a bit of something here on IRWC. Whether it's true facts or not, you're still going to learn something. Might be hopscottle, possibly. Who knows? As we come around, pace car will come into pit lane and we will go racing once again here at the tricky triangle for Pocono Raceway. Lawford will be hoping to maximise on his pole position start in this race. Chapman wants to maximise on a P2 race start as well. Logan Howard had really, really good pace in practice, so he'll be hoping to take advantage of that to get his car to the front of the field tonight. David Lawler wants to get some good points, so does Matt Feely. Ash DeVries is just here for the vibes. Mateus and Dodds looking to improve themselves. Pace cars in. Green flag is about to fly once again as Barney gets us going, and it's already immediately happened. Dodds has gone off again, and it's with Mateus. Another yellow flag has been thrown off this restart. And we've got to see how this has occurred between them, because this is a very interesting point of call for them. So they've come through. Well, Dodds has actually changed lines before the control line, and it's caused a contact. Dodds has changed lines once again. You'd think he would have learnt from his rear of grid, and has just drilled the back of Mateus's car. Let's watch this again from Dodd's perspective. So, we go green. We're not at the start-finish line yet. He's not allowed to change lanes. He's gone. And then he's just drilled him into the wall. Dodds has now got a meatball flag, and you'll have to get that car fixed. Pace car will pick up the field. Mateus has had to come in as well. So Lawford will get picked up by the pace car once again. He did also try a jump start. Well, Jackals, I've got iRace control open up. You can tell me if you want me to give him a stop hold. I'll give him a stop hold or a drive-through, whichever you think is fair. Because he's attempted to jump start and he's changed lanes. And he's caused contact. So it goes against two of the rules that we have. So if you wish to tell me, I'll give it to him. I've got iRace control open. Because he has broken two rules in one go, pretty much. Two in one go. That there is a... that's a bad one. That is a bad one. Jake saying a drive-through. Suppose we could give him a drive-through. I'll have to figure out what the macro is to giving him a drive-through. I might need him. Might need Jacko's. Yeah, judge, jury, and executioner. Yeah. Yeah, Jackos, you might need to send me the macro for giving him a drive-through, because I think he's just earned a drive-through off that. Doing multiple jobs at once in this one, folks. Bit of race control, bit of bit of broadcasting as well, and admin work too, all in one. Oh, you're getting it all. You're getting it all. So, yeah, I know, but I don't know how I can give it to him. Because I have to give him the message, and I don't know what the message is. We're going to do a quick Google while we get ourselves prepped here. There we go. Let's see if this works. I don't know if it worked, but we'll find out. We will find out. Yep. He got a rear grid breaking that rule last week. He needs to learn. He does. He really does need to learn. He really does need to learn. So we're going to go 1 lap to green. Thank you, Jack Oz. I think I just gave it to him. I wrote out his name. That's what it said on Google when I Googled it. So we'll see if he comes through for the drive. If he doesn't do the drive-through, then that'll tell me it hasn't applied. Although he doesn't have a black flag in game, so maybe it hasn't applied. Yep, let's copy and paste this. We'll find out. We'll find out if it worked. If it didn't work, then he'll be getting a post-race for that one. Never going to give you up. Well, pace car's going to come into pit lane. And we're going to continue on for the remainder of this race. We'll see if it all works out for these drivers. And if we go for a long green period, if we get another caution, slowly but surely coming our way. So we're just going to come onto the back straight. We'll see how it all works out and how it all pays off for these drivers. Round turn 3. Oh, has to be on the green. Okay. All right, I'll wait till we're on the green. Pace car into pit lane, and the lights will come back up and we'll get undergoing once again. Green flag at Pocono, and it's lights out once again as we continue along our trip here towards the end of the stage. We're lap 10 of 22. I don't know if it applied it or not, but as we continue on. Oh, yeah, it has to be served on the green, yeah. What is the safety car? I think it's like a Cadillac or something like that, Matt. I'm pretty sure. So, Lawford and Chapman battling away at the front of the field. David Lawler in P3. Feely and Howard the top 5. Then it's Dodds, DeVries and Mateus battling away. Howard is making moves here, trying to fight his way through the field. He's got Matt Feely on his outside. Dodds looking at an inside line on him as well. As we cross the strike to start lap 11 of this race. We're halfway to the stage end here. It's 3 wide action down towards turn 1. And Dodds has gotten both of them. And as he continues to fight away with these drivers, we continue to battle away. Lawford is charging at the front of the field. Absolutely flying at the top end. As Dodds and Howard battle away for P4. As we run through turn 1, we can see the difficulties of trying to get a run on another driver ahead of you. You're almost having to push this thing to its absolute maximum to get yourself a run through and to find yourself in a positive position in this race. As we continue this long form battle. Dodds ran it wide, clipped the wall, and may have just, I did that. It didn't apply the penalty. It's not doing the penalty. I don't know why. It's fine. I'll give him an EOL if we get another pace car. Logan Howard tucked right in behind here on Harry Dodds. Yeah, I'm trying to give it to him. Jake, I'm trying to give it to him, Brendan, sorry. It's not allowing me to give it to him, so we may have to do a little sneaky sneak in a second to apply it to him. So Howard at the moment, who's battling away here with Dodds. We have a quick look at the championship standings. We can see that Howard's been doing quite well for himself. Currently in the top 7 of the championship here. And really battling away. As he fights here with Harry Dodds, we sit on board with him. Yeah, no, it's not good enough for multiple. I pulled a sneaky. I pulled a sneaky to give him his black flag. So Dodds is going to have to come into pit lane here because he has been given a black flag for breaking 2 rules in the one incident. No, they cannot, Matt. They are not allowed to chastain it. It is a part of our rules. You're not allowed to chastain your car and ride the wall. It is against the rules here in the series. So Harry Dodds will have to drive through pit lane to serve that and get himself sorted. Yeah, no, I may not have just right-clicked his name and given it to him in iRacing. So Harry Dodds will have to come through and serve this drive-through penalty for breaking 2 rules. He comes into pit lane now, so he'll serve that. As we continue on with our race leader, Angus Lawford. Kurt Chapman in behind. David Lawler in the top 3 at the moment, up 2 positions. Logan Howard showing his pace early here. 53.86 was his last lap. His fastest is a 53.72. So he's been a little bit off the pace, but he has been stuck in the traffic tonight. He showed good pace during practice. With 8 to go here in the stage, he'll be hoping that he can maybe make up at least 1 more position before the stage end. We've got 8 to go in stage 1. Anything can happen for Logan Howard to get this car to the front of the field. To give you a little bit of analysis for tonight's event, of course, 50 laps is the length, 22 for stage 1. The final stage will end up being 22 laps as well after the caution is thrown. Our weather for tonight, 26 degrees centigrade, only 45% humidity as well. It's an absolute cracking piece of racing. We've had 2 cautions for 6 laps of this race. Angus Lawford is our current leader. And lap 16 to 50 at the moment. We've had no lead changes across the race. Lawford has remained in the race lead the whole time. No worries. Rhiannon, thank you so much for watching. I'll keep you posted later on. Thank you for joining us once again in the chat. So Lawford is doing the business right now at the front of the field. Chapman, P2, is looking strong once again as the defending champion. And then Lawler, P3. Howard, DeVries up 1. He's here for vibes, and he's here for hitting the wall at turn 2. That's going to let Matt Feely through. And now DeVries will have to try and find a way back past the 283 car of Feely. We ride on board with the 666. Vash DeVries here down the main straight. The only Camaro in the whole field. Everyone else is in a Mustang. So he is really feeling like the lone soldier at the moment. He'd love an upper decker tonight of positions gained. He's back where he started this race in P6. He wants to try and make moves forward if he can. As he tucks right in behind Feely, looks for the run on the inside. Can he get this job done? Bit of side draft action happening here as well. Here comes DeVries on the inside, down towards turn 2. Gets it done on Matt Feely. Great move there from DeVries, but he got loose off the exit. That's going to let Feely and give him an opportunity back on him again, but DeVries was able to hold on. As we run at round 3, this battle is really intensifying between the mid-pack here. And it is an intensifying battle as we've ever seen. Really, really good stuff to see. 5 to go in the stage. And right now, it is Angus Lawford's to lose as he battles away here with his former teammate, Kurt Chapman, right off the back of him. You see the gap that he started to build here back to Chapo. The back of Chapo's car's a bit more of a gap back to Lawler, about 2.2 seconds. Lawler, though, has got Logan Howard chasing him down to begin to hound him soon. And then De Vries has got Feely hot on his heels as they battle away for supremacy amongst the mid-pack of the field as well. 4 laps to go until the stage end. Angus Lawford has been in dominant form tonight. Seems to be back at his best here in P1 on the road. And he'll hope to make everything work to perfection for himself across this race. I mean, look at the line. Super smooth. Running a perfect apex there through turn 1. He'd be hoping to remain in that position coming through turn 2, of course. And just keep this car flowing. Wants to try and limit the tyre wear. Limit the fuel wear as well. With the cautions that we had, they should make the stage end of this race. And it should mean that they don't need to actually pit for any fuel until after the stage is finished. And until positions have been confirmed by the Auto Stages software. 3 to go until the stage end. Lawler is under assault from Logan Howard. He is under mammoth assault from Logan Howard here. And Howard is going to start putting the sword to him if he's not careful. Howard has got some wicked pace on board this 112 car. And he'll be hungry and looking to take advantage and get this car onto the podium for the stage end if he can. He's up 4 already. He's proven his pace throughout this race. He's setting consistent lap times. Lawler's last lap was a 54.1. Howard has managed a 53.89 again on that last lap. So he is in really hot contested waters. It'll be 2 laps to go when they cross the line before the stage will come to an end. And Logan Howard is doing his darndest to get this thing onto a podium position. You can hear the different gear changes that's needed through the tri-oval sections of this circuit, and then it's wringing its neck out down the straights, trying to get as much pace out of the PPG machine. As Dodds has gone round again, and he's had a spin, and he's had to get this car up and running again, but that thing's got massive damage on it. It has been a night to forget for Harry Dodds. As we come round onto the back straight once again, Angus Lawford doing an exceptionally great job here at the front end of the field. Dodds is back in pit lane to get that car fixed. He'll go a lap down now on the race leaders as Lawford comes past. Howard's in. Logan Howard has had to pit for fuel with 1 to go before the stage end. It's a green flag pit stop. This could be crucial. It could be a crucial mistake for Logan Howard, because the stage is about to end when Angus Lawford comes across the start-finish line strike. And he will get the points for the stage 1 win. Howard has given up a heap of points here. He might be thinking race strategy. He might be thinking, let's get this thing to a race-winning position in terms of the strategy. He's exiting pit lane now, so he won't go a lap down. Angus Lawford's had to come in at the end of the stage as well, and Chapman has absolutely cooked it. Lawler has kept going for another lap. The caution's now thrown for the stage end. Lawford and Chapman have come into pit lane at the end of the stage. De Vries is going to get free positions. He's going to get free positions. The stage only counts as ending once lap 23 is finished. It's a really weird one because they've all come into pit lane with the pit lane closed. This is a really, really odd thing to happen. So David Lawler, Ash De Vries, Matt Feely, Alex Mateus have all gotten themselves into the top 4. They've got to stay there until the end of lap 23 because that is when they'll get divvied up the stage result points. Lawford has just thrown away a stage win by coming in before the end of lap 23. That was the stage end lap. Points are divvied up when this lap is completed. That is a mammoth mistake on the behalf of Lawford. Mammoth mistake. He has just thrown away a stage win. Thrown it away in a matter of moments. So as long as Lawler, De Vries, Feely and Mateus stay out and then come back around and then come into pit lane, they're going to get the top 4 positions worth of points. De Vries pitted on lap 7, Mateus pitted on lap 6. They don't need to come in. They've got fuel. So it's not like they can't make it underneath the pace car. Oh, they're going to come in, aren't they? They're coming in. The points haven't even been divvied up yet. Lawler, De Vries and Feely and Mateus are all in. The points haven't been divvied up. Howard's in again. So Lawford is still going to get the points. So the official order... Oh, man, they've thrown that away. They've thrown that away. They had another lap under the pace car. Lawford has still won the stage. Chapman, Lawler, De Vries, Feely, Mateus, Howard and Dodds. That was the stage end. So Lawford still won the stage because they all came into pit lane. Chapman still got P2. But because they all came into pit lane and crossed the strike, it's kind of contaminated a little bit. That there is really, that is one of the weirdest moments. I think it just comes down to drivers maybe not understanding how the stage points are actually divvied up. They should have come in on this lap, on lap 24, because they've just given up stage points now. So De Vries could have had P2, Lawler could have had P1, but they threw it away by coming in this lap. They were always going to lose what they lost, no matter what, if they were going to come into pit lane at this point. But yeah, that's a massive throwaway. Massive throwaway. Dodds is back in. You have a feeling that might be race over for him, quite possibly. Lawler and Howard have been in once again as well. So Howard's actually taken some free fuel to come in again. So he's actually going to have a benefit here of some strategy over a couple of other cars. Everyone has taken tyres at this point. Mateus has actually found himself slotted into P2 after that pit stop. He has not taken all 4 tyres. Very interesting. Only a 10-second stop. So he's actually taken track position through this pit stop as the man who's been in 3 times. He's been into the wall twice. Both times after contact with another car. So the safety car lights will turn off. We will line up for our restart procedure. And we will get going and racing once again. Stage 2, which will take us to the very end of this race, is about to get us underway. Playoff points. Yeah. Oh, is the win only... Oh. That's true. Oh, hang on. The stage wins equal... Oh, do you mean... Oh, playoff points. Yeah, so yeah, he gave up. So Lawford's actually still gotten a stage win for playoff points. He's gotten a playoff point in that one, so that's actually worked out quite well for him. De Vries wasn't going to get playoff points though, but still, race win still's going to get you 5. So we'll see how this all plays out. And we'll see who takes home the chocolates at the end of this one. And who will reap the benefits of their strategy here in the stage of this race. We're going to get ourselves going once again when we get up towards the start-finish line. It will be 25 laps remaining when we get up and running once again here out at Pocono. It's been an intense race all night. Been some solid moments, some solid battles happening as well. The field has been shaken up completely. Feels like a vodka martini ordered by a particular English Secret Serviceman. Lawford, though, will lead us away once again. Green flag will fly. 25 laps to go for stage 2 of the Pocono Raceway 50. The tricky triangle as they look to go almost 5 wide into turn 1. Oh, that's going to be a turn. Howard and Mateus make contact. Neither of them hit the wall. It's an intense restart procedure. De Vries has come up, the benefactor, up 4 now onto the podium. Chapman on his heels. Feely, Lawler and Dodds battle away. Mateus and Howard in behind them as they enter turn 2. And Lawford will be laughing at the front of the field because he's currently unchallenged by these guys behind him now. They've all unsettled themselves as they rocket round, and they've all set themselves up to try and push their way through. 24 laps to go at Pocono. Lawford to De Vries to Chapman to Feely to Lawler, Dodds, Mateus and Howard. That's the field. As we run it in towards turn 1, Chapo wants a look here on De Vries. The 1 versus the 666. The devil versus liquid death itself. Who can come out as the winner amongst these two? You see Howard in the background looking for a move on Mateus as well towards turn 2. De Vries forced onto that mid-line. Oh, needs to be careful of touching the wall. Feely having to defend hard against Lawler and Dodds behind him as here comes Chapo on the inside at 3. De Vries has had to give that one up for now. Might try and make a comeback at him if he can get the run through turn 1 and 2. He's just tapped the wall on the exit though. That'll make his life a little bit more difficult. Lawler's got the job done on Feely as well. Now it's Dodd's turn. As we run through turn 1, which one of these guys can find the run, can find the rhythm, and can find themselves in a solid position come the end of this race? Lawford's checked out at this point, 1.5 seconds. Chapo's going to have to hope either for some ridiculous pace out of that Mustang, or he's going to have to hope for a pace car to chase down that gap of Lawford. De Vries is dropping back slightly. Lawler and Dodds, they'll look to work together to make this a triple podium for Project 36. Feely wants to come back at them. Howard is an X factor. We know he's got some really, really good pace. And Mateus could Bradbury his way to something here tonight. All of these drivers will be looking to be inside of the top 10 come the end of this race. And all of these drivers have got something to prove on the road here tonight. They've got something to prove for themselves. They've got something to prove in terms of where they're going to end up in the top 10 within 3 rounds to go before the playoffs. It is crunch time. It is nut up or shut up time. It is you've got to show up if you want to win. And you've got to show up with tenacity, with pace, and with patience across these next 3 weeks. The race has only gotten more intensifying as it's gone along. The championship's only gotten more intensifying as it's gone along as well. And one thing's for sure is that each driver knows in some way, in some form, at some level, just how much pressure there truly is to perform this season. It went up a gauge for Season 2, moving to the Next Gen car, driving a lot of difficult circuits across the season. And that has been one of the biggest factors come the changeover from the ARCA cars. What will we run next season? Well, that's up to the drivers. Whether we put it out to them and we decide, oh no, actually we're going to stay with the Next Gen, or if we let them vote. Discussions will be had in the background to see what will be racing next season and where. One thing's for certain though, it's going to be a cracking season. It's going to be a cracking season 4 of the Porsche Cup Series as well. Preliminary calendar looks the goods. And we've still got half the season to go in that series as Lawler and Dodds will look to tag team De Vries here. He won't want to get put on the spit anytime soon. So the Project 36 boys are going to have to start mapping out a way through. Figure out a way to manage their mischief and get these cars into the top 4. But De Vries is vulnerable. He's vulnerable to a strike from Lawler and from Dodds. It's 20 laps to go. He's going to have to pull every single trick out of his hat if he wants to stay on the podium, does De Vries. As we run it round turn 3. You can see Dodds and Lawler, they don't quite know how they want to position themselves. As Howard's now made his way past Feely as well, so he may want to make this into a fatal 4-way bout. As here comes Dodds, inside line of De Vries. Sorry, it's Lawler. Inside line of De Vries. Takes the position at turn 1. And now it's Dodds' turn to try and get that car past the Camaro. Might need to be some teamwork done from his teammate in David Lawler ahead. Ashos is trying to find a way through. He's got to try and find a defense for this assault of cars that are chasing him down. They're seasoning up his car for a tasty meal, and that meal is positions gained for them and positions lost for him. As we run it round turn 3 and onto the main straightaway. He's run it out wide. That's going to give Dodds the opportunity to slot it up the inside at turn 1. And of course, Lawler's going to give him the toe. That'll seal the deal for Project 36 to make those overtakes. But Dodds will have to have a bit of cojones to set it on the inside. De Vries has done well to charge that car straight back in front of him. He's cut off the lane completely. And now Dodds is under pressure here from Logan Howard. Howard will be hoping to get involved in this. That'll help out De Vries ahead, even for a moment, even for an instant. Because Howard wants to make moves. He wants to make up points in this championship. And here he comes, wants the run. Dodds covers the inside. In towards turn 3. Howard's had to back out of it. Wants to switch back onto the main straight. Can't quite get there. What tricks does Logan Howard have up his sleeve to get this car into the top 5? 17 to go. And the intensity's only rising. We're going to take this chance to give a quick thank you to our series sponsors, BRS, and to iRacing as well. Don't go anywhere. The IRWC Rod Knock Cup continues with round 5 of season 2. It's 17 laps to go here at Pocono.
These are the VRS Dark Force Pro pedals. So it's a high-end product, stainless steel construction with an industrial aesthetic. Very, very adjustable. All 3 pedals, the pedal faces in terms of height, depth, angle are fully adjustable, and overall pedal angle is also adjustable. Now, if we look at the throttle pedal first, we have quite a unique design here. So we have a rodless spring, which doesn't quite look right to the eye, but functionally performs extremely well. Absolutely no friction whatsoever, so really nice smooth response. And we have a lot of adjustability here in terms of initial starting force, preload, and also overall force and pedal travel. So if we move on to the brake, we have similar levels of adjustability, a very high-end, heavy-duty construction. We have the blue spring on here at the moment, which tolerates a 65 kilogram maximum force. Also supplied is the optional red spring, which doubles that to 130 kilograms. These are linear springs, which is not normally how a real-life brake pedal feels. So we have this very clever mechanism on the back here, which basically turns that into a progressive, more realistic feeling, which gives you quite a decent bit of travel for low-level trail braking, and then more of a ramp up when you're really braking much harder. And we have this tie rod at the top, which is fully adjustable, along with preload, so you can really fine-tune that exact force shape to your preference. On the clutch, we have a similar level of adjustability in terms of pedal face and also the shape of the curve. So we try to emulate a clutch plate, which is stiff initially and then flattens out as the clutch gives way. So that's emulated here with a small amount of adjustability, including overall travel as well. So we're very happy with this product, and we hope you are too.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome back to the IRWC Rod Knot Cup for round 5 of season 2. Angus Lawford, our race leader, started on pole tonight, won the stage, and is looking to try and win this race as well. We've got 13 laps to go. We've gone cautionless since the stage restart for stage 2. We're at lap 38 of 50 at this point in time. Feely's been in for his final stop. Mateus is in for his final stop. When will this man come into pit lane? That is the question on our lips at the moment. Further back in the field, Dodds has finally made his way past Ash DeVries. So did Logan Howard. So DeVries now finds himself back in P6 where he started this race. He'll have some work to do if he wants to make his way forward. Lawler onto the podium. Doing a cracking job thus far as DeVries is in. So he comes into pit lane. We'll see what sort of strategy he's going to pull out of the bag and see if he can crack his way into the top 5 here tonight. If there's a pace car at this point, it's crucial for DeVries. That will help him immensely. Lawford leads the way. He's just gone past Matt Feely. When will the race leader bring this car into pit road? Crucial that he gets this right. Can't go too long. That'll run the tyre wear down. Can't go too short. You'll get caught out in no man's land. It's a tough balancing act, especially here at Pocono, where the toe is so important. He stayed out for another lap. Chapo stayed out as well. Dodds and Lawler continue on. Dodds has had a switcheroo here with Lawler. Howard stays out as well. DeVries has managed to exit the pits. Still on the lead lap. That's crucial for his race. If he had gone a lap down, that could have broken his heart in trying to get back into the top 5. So Lawler and Dodds will look to work together now to chase down their former teammate in Kurt Chapman. Get him off the podium and make it a 1-2-3 for Project 36 here tonight. 11 to go. It'll be 10 when Lawford crosses the line. As we're now lap 40 of 50 here at the Tricky Triangle. And it has proved to be tricky for some drivers tonight. Lawford continues on. When does Chapo make the commitment? It's not this lap. What about Dodds and Lawler? No, they keep going. Howard's in. So Logan Howard is in. Let's see if DeVries can jump him in this stop. It's got to be close. DeVries has opted not to take tyres. He has opted just to take fuel. This could be smart strategy from DeVries. This could jump him back into the top 5. He'll have worse tyre wear, of course, as Howard's in. Does he take tyres or does he only take fuel? He's taken just fuel on board that car. It's a second, about half a second difference between them on the fuel stop. But DeVries is at full pace. It's going to take Howard a little bit here to get up to speed. DeVries might get him by turn 1. This is going to be tight. Race leader into pit road. Lawford's in. Howard's rejoined. He's rejoined 1.7 seconds ahead of DeVries, so that's paid off for him. Chapo and Lawler are in. Dodds has kept going for another lap. So we'll see if any of these guys take tyres now, or if it's just a splash and dash to get these cars home with 9 laps left on the docket. Into pit road comes Lawford. And what sort of stop is it going to be? Chapo's in. Dodds is in. Oh, Chapo overshot it. Chapo overshot the pit box and he's taking tyres. That's going to kill his race. Chapo's going to drop off the podium. He's taken right sides. Lawler has stayed on the same set and has only taken fuel. That there could be nail in the coffin stuff for Chapman, but he will have the grip advantage. Howard's jumped him as well, and Howard's going to jump Lawler. Could he jump him all the way to P3? Here comes Howard on the outside in the 1-1-2. Down the back straight they come, and Logan Howard has taken the spot from David Lawler. Chapo's lost out big. He lost out to De Vries as well. That's good enough for Ash to get into the top 5. When does Dodds come in? He last pitted on lap 23. He's got to enter pit lane soon. Does our current race leader. When he does, it'll reset to Angus Lawford being the race leader. But the question then goes, is Logan Howard going to be in P2 after an incredible strategy play here tonight? Or can Chapman use those fresh tyres across these last 8 laps to chase down De Vries, Lawler and Howard and get that liquid death car back on the podium come the checkered flag flying? It is intense stuff. Strategies become intense. Dodds is in. So Dodds has entered the lane for the final time in this race. Lawler will retake the lead when he comes around turn 3. But the question then becomes, when does Dodds come in? David Lawler has got a black flag. David Lawler has copped a black flag, I think, for getting to the incident limit. So Lawler is having to come into pit lane. It's either for incident limit or he's sped in pit road. Dodds exits. Lawford comes past. Where is Logan Howard? There he is there. So Dodds might still hold him. No! Howard screens past. So that tyre change for Harry Dodds, for Kurt Chapman, has cost him a podium at this stage of the race. De Vries looks locked into a top 5 with Matt Feely 11.5 seconds off his tail. Chapo's now gotten past him, and he'll look to use the fresh tyres to try and chase down the podium. It's 2.5 seconds, the gap between Chapo and Dodds. It's 7 laps to go, about to be 6 when Lawford crosses the strike. Lap 45 of 50. He crossed the blend line, okay. He crossed the blend line, that gave him a black flag. Here comes Harry Dodds on the inside of Logan Howard. If either of these guys make contact, it's going to look really, really nice. Sunshine and rainbows for Kurt Chapman. They've done well to keep it clean. So Dodds through to P2 now. Howard will be hoping to sneak on by. Chapo wants him to start fighting because that'll drag him right back into this. And De Vries is there for the vibes. He'll take any positions he can in this race. This has gotten as intense as we could possibly hope. Lawler's gotten himself another black flag on the pit exit. So he's had to come back in once again. That is race over for David Lawler. 5 laps left. P1 is a world away. 8.6 seconds down the road from Harry Dodds. But P2 is still highly contested. These guys are separated by 4.6 seconds from P2 back to P5. Any mistake, any ill-toward result will mean that any of them could move up onto the podium. As we run down the back straight, Dodds just seems to have the advantage here over Howard. A little bit of fresher fuel in the car. Tyres are just as old. So they're just as squirmy. They're just as worn out. They're just as scraped away. And I don't know what more Logan Howard can do across the rest of this race. Across the strike they come. 4 to go for them here in Pocono. De Vries has checked out further back. He's out of this battle now. But Dodds and Howard will continue to fight till the death of this race, till the final flag is thrown, and until we have crowned a champion of Pocono. On to the small straight up towards turn 3. 3 laps to go when Lawford crosses the line. Pressure's just started to settle a little bit now. I think Howard might be waiting for a better run towards the checkered flag of this race. Saving some tyres, saving his car, and trying to get the rhythm and the momentum correct. That's the big test. He has a little look on the inside at 1, but he knows he's not quite close enough to go for the move just yet. Maybe just trying to psych Doddsy out a little bit. That could be the play. As we run down towards turn 2, Lawford is just about to enter turn 3. So it'll be 2 laps left. This is the final lap. We could possibly get a caution to go green-white checkered here at Pocono. If we finish this lap, we are going to finish within the allotted 50 laps of race distance. 49 of 50, and the caution has been thrown. The yellow flag has been thrown. Ash de Vries has thrown it away. He had the top 5 in his hands. He had the top 5 in his grasp, clinched, and he's run it wide at turn 1 and then lost it, and that has brought out the caution. This has now completely changed the game in this race. It's going to be a green-white checkered. Watch for the front runners to come in and to take tyres on this stop to get any grip advantage that they can. It has completely shaken things up. Mateus will get his lap back as the lucky dog. And then we will go green flag once again here at Pocono. What a wild end this could be to this race. This is going to be wild. So Mateus has actually just gotten his... He's actually just gone past the lid. He's not going to get the lucky dog now. I think he's just realised that. Because we're under caution. Yep. Chapman with those newer right sides. He's going to be one to watch. My cat agrees. He meowed at me when I said that. So Chapman is going to be the one to watch now because he's on those fresh right side tyres. We need to watch for everyone else to come in under this safety car because now's the perfect time to take some freshies if you've got them. Roll the dice. Have a crack. If you're Mateus, you come past, get your wave around, do the lap, then come in, take your tyres, go out, get to the back of the train. That's going to be the strategy. But this here, I mean, this is an intenser finish as we could have ever asked for. It's been a great race. A lot of drivers trying to get involved in the battles. Been a lot of fun. A little bit of chaos early. This has been the longest green period of the whole race, remember. We didn't have a caution since the stage restart back on lap 26. We went all the way to lap 49 before the caution was thrown. Literally at the final moment. Dodds is in. De Vries is in to fix that car. Watch them to take tyres. This is a good dice roll from Dodds. He knows he's not going to lose very much by taking some tyres in this. Lawford, Howard, Chapman and Feely have all stayed out, so Chapo is going to be the one to watch of the top 3. Mateus has gotten his wave around. So watch for him to come back in and take some tyres. De Vries taking those right sides. Dodds has only taken fuel. What the hell? That is weird. De Vries is taking all 4. So he is setting up here for a mammoth run. Maybe to get this car back into the top 5. This is going to be an intense finish. As intense as you could ever hope for. So what can Angus Lawford and Logan Howard do on this restart? Kurt Chapman has got the benefits of fresher right side tyres on that number one car. So realistically, he should have the pace advantage and the grip advantage over everyone else in that top four. The next car then to watch is Ash DeVries back in P6. All four tyres are fresh. All four tyres are ready to rock and roll and fight for a top 5 finish in this race. This is about to get intense. This is about to be as good as we could have ever asked for. Lights will go out on the pace car. It'll begin lap 52 of 50. The cars will line up in double file for the restart. And then we're going to get a green, white, checkered to the end. So it'll be lap 53 and lap 54. 54 will be the white flag lap. That will then determine the end of this race. We couldn't have asked for a better storyline. We couldn't have asked for a better end. We could not have even hoped for that sort of run to the end. It was a long green period. Lawford was a world away. He was under no pressure. And in an instant, he has now got the full force of the field behind him. He'll be cool, calm, and collected. He'll be ready for this restart. He'll be hoping that he can just get the car away nice and clean and keep himself in check. We'll obviously be keeping a close eye on anyone changing lanes on the restart in the hopes to try and gain an advantage. We'll be keeping an eye on drivers holding back to try and gain an advantage as well. This is where it's crunch time. This is where it comes down to how willing are you to go for a race win? How willing are you to get race win points? And how willing are you to fight for playoff points for a race win? It's worth 5 in the playoffs if you get a race win tonight. So this is going to be all we could have ever hoped for. Lights are out. Double file for the restart. Lawford Howard, Chapman Feely, Dodds DeVries, Mateus and Lawler. Pace car. In. Lights up. And Pocono is green flag again with a green, white checkered to end it all. 2 to go at the tricky triangle. Who's going to reap these benefits tonight? As Lawford immediately has gone high. Chapman on the inside into P2. Howard and Feely battling away. Dodds will hope to sneak on by as well if he can. Watch for DeVries on the fresh set of tyres as well in the Jack and Coke entry. Who has got the benefits tonight? It'll be white flag when we reach the line. 1 to go for Lawford. Chapman's got the fresh rubber. Here comes Dodds on the inside of Feely. Up into P4 he goes. Can DeVries find anything in that Jack Daniels entry? Turn 3. 1 more lap. White flag gets thrown. And it is 1 to go at Pocono. 1 more. As look at Lawford trying to defend hard against Dodds and Feely. Running him out right onto the inside. He knows he's under pressure here. Mateus is into pit lane. As Feely is trying to find his way past Howard here to get onto the podium. Dodds has done it. Up into P3 he goes. It's not going to be decided just yet. Chapman's used his fresh tyres to get it back up into P2. As here comes Angus Lawford onto the small straight before turn 3. A dominant performance tonight from the 52 entry. Qualified on pole, won the stage, and as he comes round turn 3, he'll take the race win at the tricky triangle. and takes home another race victory for himself. Chapo home in P2, Dodds home in P3, Feely and Howard ahead of De Vries, Mateus and David Lawler at the back of the field. What a race it was to the very end. And what a victory it is for Angus Lawford. Let's drag in our race winner and have a quick chat to him. Angus, congratulations. P1 on the road tonight. Fantastic effort from yourself. I thought it was an interesting call when the stage ended. You came straight into pit lane. Now, was that literally the limit or was that a mistake?
I was literally coming into the pit lane for fuel because I was running out of fuel. And, yeah, the caution flag came out, so, yeah.
I suppose you were pretty lucky that the top 4 came in as well on lap 23 because they had to wait until the end of the lap for the stage results to happen. You passed all 4 of them to get the stage win. And you've also taken home a race win as well. So 6 playoff points coming your way out of tonight, plus obviously the stage win points and the championship points as well. This will find yourself really well slotted into the top 5 in the championship with 3 rounds to go before the playoffs. Sonoma next week. We know you're good in a supercar around there. Are you good around there in a Next Gen as well?
Yeah, I've had some fun in with those cars around the Sonoma. I've actually had a little bit of practice in these cars with it. Pretty happy with the race win here. This is not particularly a track that I like.
I don't know if many do, to be honest with you. There's a reason it's called the Tricky Triangle. It's one that tests drivers. Bristol Dirt will be interesting for Halloween in a few weeks, and then Nashville as well. So there's 3 rounds to get some good points once again. Thanks so much for coming over to chat to us, though, Angus. Let us know anyone you want to give a shout out to for myself and the rest of the league. Once again, congrats on the race win and the stage win as well earlier on. Full bag of points coming your way.
Well, thanks, mate. First of all, thanks to the broadcast. He's put on a great show every week. Second, to the Project 36 guys. They've been brilliant all year. And our sponsors of Cataclysm PCs, Outlier Speedco, Simrigs.com, CC Forged. I feel like I'm having a memory blank here. Am I missing one?
Simrigs, are they still a sponsor?
Yeah, I got Simrigs, Cataclysm, Outlier, and CC Forged. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Surely you have a list.
Yeah, I got a list, but I actually was surprised by being dragged in so quick. I wasn't prepared.
I thought you were there. We might as well drag you.
Yeah, it works perfect.
Plus, now I get to give Doddsy a bit of shit for getting a black flag for breaking 2 rules on a restart.
I know, right?
Yeah. You think he'd learn after his last penalty, but apparently not. Just sounds like Doddsy.
I know, right? I called it out straight away. I was like, you overlapped, didn't you? He's like, yeah. I'm like, well, that's what you get.
He also hung back to get an advantage, which is against the rules as well. So.
Oh, no.
Yep. So that's why he got the drive-through. Otherwise, he would have just been given an EOL. But,
yeah.
Yeah. He got the podium, though.
Anyway.
So well done to Doddsy.
Yeah, good comeback. Good comeback.
Good comeback for him.
From him.
Yep. All right, we'll let you go. We'll get you going, Angus. Well done tonight. Best of luck next week out at Sonoma.
No worries, mate. Have a good one.
You too. Angus Lawford, our race winner here this evening. Next up, we have P2 on the road in Kurt Chapman. Kurt, last pit stop of the race. You were the only one to take right side tyres. Everyone else just took fuel. That worked out for you in the end, thanks to the fact of a late caution thrown. And you got yourself solid tyres on the car, some solid grip, and a solid position. You started P2. You've ended it out P2. You had P2 in the stage as well. So all in all, a solid night on the road for you.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad one. Yeah, that last pit call, I thought I stuffed up a little bit with the tires. I think I killed them before we even had the caution. So I don't think there was much of a benefit to it. But I also put extra fuel in it too, just in case we did get a green light checker. And
well, it paid off for you in the end. I mean, I think we only allow. Now I'm really stretching the memory banks because Jack sets up the sessions, but I think it's 2 green light checkers we have. So, you know, if it
Yep.
was getting to fuel limitations for drivers, then obviously you sit in a very good position by taking that strategy. So, yeah, that worked out very well for you. Sonoma next week, going to be less tough, I'd say, than Chicago a few weeks ago for our next road course. How are you feeling going into that one after getting a podium here tonight and second place in the points as well across the whole night, including the stage? I mean, that's got to feel pretty good and give you a boost of confidence leading into next week.
Yeah, it's pretty good after having a week off. I had to brush up on my left turning skills a little bit this afternoon. At least next week at Sonoma we'll be turning right, so I shouldn't die. But you never know with these cars; they're really tricky.
Well, I suppose next week at Sonoma will be a good test for Bristol Dirt the week after, where you'll need to turn right to turn left.
I can turn right to turn left. I have touched a bit of dirt stuff, and well, actually not for a little bit, but yeah, I don't go too badly on the dirt.
Oh, well, we'll see how you turn out. But congratulations for tonight's episode, Kurt. Let us know who helps get you out on track. Anyone you want to give a shout out to, for myself, the rest of the league. Congrats on P2 in the stage and the race, and best of luck next week out at Sonoma.
Thanks, buddy, and thanks to Infinity Broadcasting and IRWC for putting on and broadcasting the event.
Thanks so much. Kurt Chapman, P2 here this evening. Congratulations for his efforts here. Next up on the docket we have, well, it's Mr. Naughty himself, breaking multiple rules across the evening and somehow still coming away with P3 after a drive-through penalty. Hello, Dodsy. Well, your night started a bit interesting, didn't it?
Yeah, and then it finished bloody great.
I know. I don't know how that's paid out for you, to be honest. There might be torches and pitchforks coming for you, to be honest. Started out by qualifying and then having to self-impose a rear of grid because it wouldn't let me give you an EOL. I had to do that because I was waiting for the EOL to come up. I pressed the button about 3 times and it didn't give it to you. So
yeah, so I just had to self-impose it.
Oh, well, you did the right thing, so thank you for that. And then you broke 2 rules on one restart by hanging back to get a run and then also overlapping before the start finish line. So I spent about 5 minutes trying to figure out how to give you a black flag before I caved and just right-clicked your name and gave it to you in iRacing. So, but after all that, you somehow came home with some chocolates, and it's P3 chocolates. I mean, that's still got to feel pretty good.
Well, I mean, it could have been better if it wasn't so eager on the loud pedal on those restarts. But yeah, no, bloody fantastic to get that first podium on the league oval race. So yeah, no, that felt pretty good.
Well,
at the end of that.
Jack just pointed out it's typical Cats fan behaviour. Break all sorts of rules and still finish well.
Oh, dearie me.
Now, so
It's been a month since the grand final. Can you give it a break, please?
No. This is just this is just a general rule breaking scenario now of them somehow fitting the salary cap when they just give their players farms.
No, well, I suppose that's fair.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Sonoma next week, so we're really going to be in your wheelhouse with a circuit that's been on the supercars calendar quite a fair bit in iRacing. Plus, you know, these cars are they're somewhat similar to the supercars, not quite as exact, obviously, but they handle more like the supercar than a GT car, for example. Are you confident going into next week, or are you worried that some of the road racing, gods will be returning and it might knock you down a little bit?
I haven't done much Sonoma work. I'll probably have to go back and watch a few of the races just to get a reference on some of the breaking points, like some of the onboards from the real world NASCAR guys. But not, other than that, I'll be glad to jump back in my elements on the road courses and see how I go with it. But yeah, no, really looking forward to it. Sonoma's obviously got a lot of undulation, a lot of elevations like Bathurst, so yeah, no, definitely looking forward to it.
Well, I mean, you came into tonight with just being in 15th in the championship. You'll leave tonight probably being up and around the top 10, so you're edging closer to a playoff position. A road course next week's obviously a good opportunity for you to get within the top 10, well within the top 10, with 2 rounds before the end of the regular season. Bristol Dirt, though, on Halloween is either going to be a nightmare or it's going to be a daydream for you, because that's going to be a real X factor of a race that's going to really change up the championship. based on who races and how well they do. And then obviously Nashville's going to be, well, we'll just see where everyone ends up, and that's really going to determine our playoffs. So it's 2 X Factor races, or 3 X Factor races in a row, actually, if we include Pocono, prior to getting back to the norm at Nashville. So this could be an interesting next few weeks to see where people actually end up and how they go leading in towards the playoffs in a few weeks' time.
Very, very true. Like obviously shortened field tonight because some have had clashes with other leagues and so forth, and some of the other commitments. But yeah, no, good to know that I'm getting closer to that playoff position in the standings. So yeah, no, it's I like the playoffs. It really shows. It's really going to test how the drivers are going to perform on the big stages, like the supercars in the real world, are now entering their playoffs next week at the Gold Coast. So yeah, it's going to bring out a new level of aggression amongst drivers.
I like the playoffs personally, and I think it works in real world racing, obviously, because everyone has to be there. Obviously, in league racing, it means that some drivers may drop off if they're not in the playoff position, but if you've got teammates who aren't in the playoffs, they might show up anyway just to try and help you, so who knows. But Angus already gave the rigmarole for the team, so you don't need to give any of those shout-outs if you don't wish to, but you can give shout-outs to anyone else you want to as well. For myself and everyone else here in the league, congrats on the P3 tonight, Dodzy, and solid performance outside of the rule breaks.
Yeah, big thanks to you, obviously, for being, even though you were the sole commentator tonight. I was already watching last week's broadcast before I went to my cousin's house that night. So yeah, because that bloke certainly, that bloke you were commentating with last week certainly sounded like a big aggressive guy. So yeah, I'll stay away from him for a few weeks. But yeah, big. Yeah, and also big thanks to the team as well, like Angus and David. They were trying. These two, apart from Brad, have also been coaching me on the road courses. So that's definitely not going to be done yet. I've got a lot to learn on circuits like this.
Well, you've done a fantastic effort tonight, Dodzy. Best of luck next week out at Sonoma. We look forward to seeing how you go, and congrats on your performance here out at Pocono.
Thanks, man.
Thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that will bring an end to our race here tonight. The Chocolates have gone the way of Project 36 and to Angus Lawford as well. A big thank you to everyone who's joined us here this evening across the piece. A massive shout out to all of our series sponsors as well. VRS, Infinity Broadcasting, SPP Graphics, and Black Art Designs as well. I've been Hamish Munro. This has been the IRWC Rod Knock Cup. If you're watching for the first time, you've been here for a while, hit the like button and subscribe, the bell icon too, so you're notified whenever we go racing. We've just ticked over 240 subscribers, so a massive thank you to everyone who has subscribed to the channel and is supporting us in this venture as well. We so appreciate it. Next up on your docket this weekend, tomorrow night, Saturday night, 8:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time, the Racecraft Simulations V8 Veterans Split 2 action of Season 25, Round 4 out at Autodromo Internacional de Algarve. We go racing at Portimao for Supercars action once again. And then Monday night, we return with the IRWC VRS Porsche Cup Series for Season 3, Round 5 as well, as we will be going racing out at the wonderful Circuit de Gilles Villeneuve for Montreal in the next rush round of the season. Brett O'Brien will be joining me back in the booth for that one. But thank you so much for watching us. Thank you so much for joining us once again. Appreciate your time. We'll see you guys next week when we go racing out at Sonoma. But until then, stay safe, drive hard, and as always, bye for now.
Gunning for a gold, 3 wide deep, heart ice cold. I roll smoke like a tire on fire, fuel in the blood, born to go higher. Check left, push right, walls close in. Every move tight, plan for the win. Left turn king with the heat train time. When the lights go green, we light the sky. Let's light it up.